Cold environments. Alaska. Alaska is just one example of a cold environment where the extreme climate change creates challenges to development. Alaska is a cold environment that is part of the USA. Northern Alaska is inside the Arctic Circle. Let's look at some of the economic development opportunities here. Energy. Over half of Alaska's income comes from the oil and gas industry. Most oil fields are around Prudhoe Bay, which is linked to Valdez by the Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline, so that oil can be transported by ship to customers. Mineral resources. Materials like gold, silver, iron ore and copper are all mined in Alaska, particularly in the Tintina Gold Belt. Fishing. In 2016, Alaska's fishing industry had a value of $1.7 billion and employed almost 30,000 fishermen. Tourism. Tourists are attracted by Alaska's scenic wilderness. Each year, around 2 million people visit Alaska. This brings in almost $2.5 billion and generates employment for about 39,000 people. There are also some challenges that they face with development. Alaska's state population is one of the smallest in the USA, despite being the largest state by area. Most people live on the state's southern and southeastern coastline, where it is warmer and less remote. It is difficult to access resources and find a workforce in Alaska because of the extreme conditions, the remote locations, and the poor infrastructure. These factors make development very challenging. It is cold in Prudhoe Bay. The mean annual temperature is about -9 degrees Celsius, and the weather is extreme. Exposure to the extreme cold makes working outside dangerous, so the opportunities for development are limited. Daylight hours vary a lot. In Utqiagvik in North Alaska, they are in darkness for up to 67 days in the winter, but in summer it might see 80 warmer days of uninterrupted sunlight. Alaska is a long way from the rest of the USA. Some areas are extremely remote, and the mountainous terrain makes access difficult and expensive, limiting the development. In winter, the only way to get to some towns is via expensive air travel or dangerous ice roads. In summer, there are no roads to some towns because the ground becomes too soft. The population of Alaska is small and scattered. People in small towns may be a long way from employment opportunities or services. Providing building and infrastructure to cope with either soft or frozen ground and extreme weather is difficult and expensive. Most construction work can only take place in summer when the days are longer and the temperatures more favorable. The value of some resources means that people find ways to overcome the challenges, though. For example, some parts of the Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline are raised on stilts to prevent it melting the permafrost, which would make the ground unstable.